Hey guys, back and we are playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Today we're going to be doing a Master of Masteries. We're going to be checking out Season 5 Reloaded's new melee weapon that they've added to the game. They added it through the Battle Pass secret sector or whatever. You completed some challenges, then complete the final challenge once you've unlocked it, and you'll unlock the spear. All the challenges are in the Battle Pass at the moment. I presume once the season's over, the weapon will be in the armory unlock system or something like that. What am I talking about? I am talking about the spear melee weapon. Honestly, I really don't like this weapon. It's one of the new gimmick weapons like melee weapons that they've added. It has a primary kind of attack and then an alt attack or whatever, or ranged attack and short ranged attack, I guess. So you have two different alt attacks. So the ranged attack is you actually throw the spear, whereas the short attack is just you kind of jab the spear. So those are the two different attacks. Depending on your controller, like it might differ the button layout, but on the default controller, I believe the throw is the right trigger and the jab is the left trigger. Or alternatively, you could push the right thumbstick down on the default controller, and that'll also be an alt, the jab attack, the same as the left trigger. So that's how you utilize it. Now, honestly, I actually think this, like, there's just so many like cons with this weapon. Like, I think the throw is a little too slow. It's not quite as responsive. So in the heat of running around meleeing, you're probably better off throwing a throwing knife than relying on throwing the spear. But if you're kind of prepared for the throw, then the throw of the spear works better. I also don't think the spear has as much range as the throwing knife, so it falls short there. So if you want more range, the throwing knife's probably better off, honestly. I honestly don't know. I haven't done the testing of the stats and all, but this is just by feel. And I was just not like super impressed with the throw speed and all that. And then the alt attack, the jab, like, yeah, you can still get the one-shot melee, like the normal, it's like a normal melee attack. But I felt like the range of the spear for the like alt attack, the jab, is very shallow. Like it's not got like a whole load of range. Like you'd expect a spear, like when you're jabbing someone, to have a pretty good amount of range potential, right? But this felt like, it felt no more than like a regular like combat knife range or something. It's not as much as I feel like it should have been have a little bit more reach. And then also, I feel like the hit detection, like, so the angle of swing, right, is there. I feel like that's also not as wide. So it's not as forgiving. You do need to be on target when you're jabbing them. So you need to be close because it doesn't have much reach. You need to be on target a little better. And then on top of everything, because of the spear being the way it is, you move slower than a lot of the other melee weapons. Or at least that's what I felt when I was using it. So just all in all, I felt not the best melee weapon generally. Obviously, the throwing the spear can be kind of fun, like when you're prepared to throw it. But usually you're probably better off utilizing a throwing knife for those kind of attempts, in my opinion. That being said, though, there is a camo that you can unlock for all your other weapons. So one camo, and that's the common thing with the melee weapons. Color wave, get the melee weapon to level 4, get 50 eliminations with it, and you'll unlock the camo, and you'll be able to utilize it on all your other weapons if you choose to. Then complete the base camo challenge, and you'll unlock the Gilded challenge, which requires you to get 15 operative kills from behind with the spear. Getting behind the enemies, it's a little finicky. If you're even slightly to the side, it might not track towards the challenge. So just make sure you try to line up behind them when you're getting those eliminations. This one was a little bit more annoying, partially because of the movement speed and the range of the lunge for the alt thing. I don't know if you throw the spear behind, like at an enemy from behind, and you hit them, will that count towards the challenge? I presume it will. Most of the time, I was just going for the alt jab melee when I get behind them, because I felt that was the safer bet. For the Forged challenge, you need to complete the Gilded challenge and have 2 Gilded Camo Challenges completed, and then get 10 operative kills shortly after sprinting with the spear. If you're running around with a melee weapon, this should happen pretty naturally, and it's not a terrible ask. So this one wasn't too difficult in comparison to the Gilded Challenge, in my opinion, which was a little bit more finicky with the tracking. This one was tracking fine and was knocked out pretty quickly with the regular melee gameplay. Complete the Forge Camo Challenge, have 36 Forge Camo Challenges completed, and you'll unlock the Priceless Challenge. This one requires you to get 10 operator one-shot, 1 kills with the spear. So even though like the jab, the alt jab attack does one-shot the enemies, this one specifically is asking you to throw the spear. At least when I did the challenge, that's how it tracked. I don't know if they'll change things around in the future, but to get the one-shot, 1 kill medal, you want to throw the spear at a full health enemy, and that should eliminate them if you hit them, and that'll give you the medal and tracking towards this challenge. Again, I don't know if they'll change it, but the jab attack, the alt jab attack, those didn't track, even though those were one-shot kills. So yeah, definitely want to throw this one, throw the spear at 10 enemies, full health, get those eliminations, and complete this challenge. Complete the mastery grind on this weapon, have 36 Priceless Camo Challenges completed, and you'll unlock Interstellar. So yeah, that is the grind for this weapon. Honestly, in my opinion, probably the worst melee weapon in the game. I just really don't like it. That being said, this is the loadout for the melee weapon. Obviously no build for it because there's no attachments. But I usually run the ninja vest when I'm going melee only. Then I'll have the right shield melee weapon combo, so the right shield on my back, and then run around with the melee weapon. I do think maybe if you remove the right shield, you'll move around a little faster with this, which might help because it is a bit slow. Again, I don't know if this is any faster or slower than regular weapons. It just felt clunky when I was running around with it. And then the potentially like short jab range didn't help much. So yeah, maybe remove the riot shield. It might be a wise thing just to get that little speed boost. Stuns, throwing knives, just to play the melee class role play. Trophy systems to help teammates whenever I can. Then I use the ordnance gloves, lightweight boots, and then depending on if I'm playing small map mosh pit, I'll run EOD or tac mask depending on how people are playing. If I'm playing the regular maps, I'll usually run ghost. And then if there are big streaks on either small or big map, I might switch up to hijacked IFF strobe. So yeah, that's my loadout. What's up, Wildstar? Not at the moment. Might jump onto X-Defiant in a few days. Tomorrow maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Not a whole lot to do in X-Defiant. With the Season 5 Reloaded update in COD, I decided to jump onto COD and play a little bit of this and complete some of the Reloaded stuff. Yeah, this is the new Reloaded updated weapons and stuff like that. So I was grinding out the camos for it and stuff like that. We'll jump onto X-Defiant soon enough. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the after. Actually, oddly enough, the last couple of days I've been getting a range of mainly 70 ping, but on occasions I've gotten in 40 ping connections. But it's not been consistent. There have been packet burst games, there have been 200 ping lobbies, but it does feel like some of the connections are better than it used to be. So they might have fixed some of the connection stuff with the game a little bit. It's still wonky though. And like I said, there have been instances where there's been packet bursts and packet loss, high ping. So it's not completely fixed, but it is better than it was. Yeah, it's definitely worth jumping on and giving it a go to see. I don't know if this is an anomaly, but the last 2 days I've seen 70 ping for the bulk of it. Like I said, occasionally I'll get these really high ping or packet loss games and all, but 70 ping, and it's been, hit detection's been decent. Again, it's sort of not a one-to-one, but I haven't seen the spear. God, it's going on and on. Yeah, this season they did a bunch of the cell shaded stuff. I actually have like a theory behind why they did all of this. Like a lot of the maps that were supposed to be for Modern Warfare 3 is rumored that they've just taken it and using it for Black Ops 6. Which actually has me worried about Black Ops 6, man. Like, why do you need to use... maps for Modern Warfare 3 if, like, everything's, like... hunky-dory? Yeah, they did it, like... This was the new map cell shaded, and then they kind of remade a few other maps that were like Shipment, Stash House, and all. It's alright, whatever, man. Like I said, I think a lot of the new maps that they had planned are being used now in like Black Ops 6 because they want to bolster the count there. This thing's such a pile of shit to the spear. Where was the guy? What the fuck? How does this thing miss? Ah. I... You can, but it's a really slow throw. And like, it's kind of wonky aim too. Jeez. Did I get the kill? I think I did finally. How did that not hit, man? God, dude, honestly, anyway, this is what it'll be like, man, with this nonsense weapon. This is the best I can do. Looking out. Yeah, I know about that. I mean, it's unfortunate. You know, I'll tell you the joke about the Modern Warfare 2 mod, right? The reason they banned it was because they were scared that it would like, according to like some dude, like one of the leaker guys or whatever, right? Apparently, the reason they did it was because they were a little worried that it would take away from the Black Ops 6 hype, right? But you know what I think would have happened with the Modern Warfare 2 mod? It would have actually taken away people from X-Defiant. I think if they wanted to like screw X-Defiant, they would have should have left the mod. Like I think that would have appealed to a lot of the X-Defiant crowd, like the PC crowds that are playing X-Defiant, and they would have like probably gone to Modern Warfare 2 mod, and it would have just like been another reason no one's playing X-Defiant. Whereas the people that are gonna play Black Ops 6 are gonna play Black Ops 6. Like, I honestly think the mod was more detrimental to their competitor, X-Defiant, than it would have been to Black Ops 6. Yeah, I think a lot of the PC people that are X-Defiant people and all would have probably gone to the mod. So actually, they ended up doing like X-Defiant a favor by stopping it, which is so laughable. What the fuck, man? I hate this weapon, dude. It's so shit, dude. How did this not... Good God, this thing is such a pile of shit. Dude, I gotta just stop throwing this shit, dude. Just throw the throwing knife. It is so much faster. God damn. I'm just gonna. I hate this fucking weapon. It is so dog shit, dude. Honestly, like, anything is better than this garbage. Jeez, I pressed the throw like 3 times, man. It was just not long enough. This is so miserable. This weapon's so fucking rubbish. Yeah, I heard about the new devs to Extrify and shit. Should be good, man. Like, the dev thing will be a good update, dude. Like, I mean, once they get their shit together. Hopefully, Black Ops 6 doesn't take over everything, though. X-Defiant's a good game and all, but like, I enjoy it. They're doing what they need to do, but it might be a little too late. It won't let you do the preview animation while in waiting for this one. Like usually you can do the preview animation for the weapons.
All hostiles on site need to be eliminated.
See, like that, you see how he does that reach? It is so much more than you get from this.
We've lost the lead. Hostile mosquito is online.
How did all three of those miss? I don't care that I was like stunned, man. See what I mean? It should have that reach, man. It's so dog shit, this weapon.
Mission is half complete. Stay sharp.
Again, I swung at it like right next to me.
Time is half over. Maintain the lead. Hostile UAV in the area. Well run. Keep up the chase.
How does this miss, man? It's so shit.
Secure the field. Mission accomplished.
What was it asking? Oh, connection quality. The connection wasn't bad. So I'm saying they've actually done a pretty good job with the connection. No, we're definitely not playing Rust. Presuming it'll get voted out. down with these clowns, dude. And they're way too sweaty for this shit. Way too sweaty. Fucking losers.
Charlie secure. Domination.
Nah, I'm just leaving. This is too far gone. Holy crap, they voted Rust. Are you fucking kidding, dude? Is Rust a tune oxide, dude? I thought they said they weren't doing that anymore. Where they wouldn't match the same exact fucking map 2 times in a row. So you can actually vote for something different if you don't want that.
Off. Ah.
No. As at least we got some eliminations, then get struggled the whole fucking game on that one too. But it's still a nonsense mess. One more game of this nonsense and then we're done. We're definitely not playing Rust. So they better vote this out, otherwise we're backing out. Have a bit fresh. Oh, for fuck's sakes, I'm just backing out. Forget it. Yeah, fuck it. Guess. I'm sick of this.
Team deathmatch. This is simple. Kill them all.
Forget it.
Domination. Capture all objectives. Keep them secure. Securing objective Bravo.
I definitely stabbed that dude.
UAV on station. Objective Bravo secure. We control two objectives.
Again, I stabbed the dude, man. And I'm not getting credit for it.
Losing Alpha. Friendly UAV online. We're taking Charlie. Friendly UAV online. Hostile mosquito is online. Secure all objectives. No ground. Mine deployed. We're taking Alpha. Enemy securing Charlie. All objectives secured. Dig in. We're losing Charlie. Enemies taking Bravo. Cluster mine.
I'm just not playing this shit, dude. Fucking Christ. I stabbed those guys so many times and they just weren't even fucking giving me credit, man. As it is, this fucking weapon sucks, man. Give me fucking credit for my hits. How does that not reach, man?
Taking Alpha. Taking Charlie. Securing objective Charlie. Enemy taking Bravo. Objectives are in enemy hands. Friendly mosquito deployed. Friendly contact on the way. We're losing Charlie. We're losing Alpha. Enemy securing Bravo. Hostile mosquito is online. Our counter UAV is active. Taking Bravo. Alpha UAV in the area. Enemy securing Charlie. The enemy has captured 2 objectives. Give them Bravo. Securing objective Bravo. Objective Bravo secure. Securing objective Alpha. All objectives are secure. Damn good work. The enemy took Charlie. Enemies taking Bravo. Enemy securing Bravo. Bravo is compromised. Get it back. We're taking Charlie. Enemies taking Alpha. Objective Charlie secure. We're taking Bravo. Objective Alpha is compromised. Get it back. Securing objective Bravo. Enemy UAV active. We control Bravo. Hostiles deploying mosquito. Friendly mosquito active. Objective. Enemy taking Bravo. Reloading. Friendly UAV.
Hey.
Enemy Overwatch Helo inbound. Hostiles deploying. Objective Alpha.
I definitely swung that first, man. Fucking useless this thing is.
Securing objective Bravo. We control Bravo.
Again, I swung first.
Taking Bravo. Enemy UAV active. We lost Bravo. Objective Bravo secure. Enemy taking Bravo. Enemy securing Bravo. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Taking Bravo. Control Bravo. Taking Bravo. Ready to deploy. Securing objective zone. Enemy securing Bravo. Copy that. UAV online and hostile mosquito is online. We control. Got him on the run. Keep it up. On your six. UAV is bingo fuel. Friendly mosquito deployed. Enemy taking Bravo.
Dude, I hate this weapon so much. It's so rubbish. Hey. I actually hate this. Like, this is the worst melee weapon in the game. My opinion. You can have your own opinion, but I'm actually. They've added a lot of melee weapons in the game throughout the seasons, and I've never seen so many people actually grinding the melee weapon. Okay, like I've never seen like that many, right? Like there are people who grind it like I do, no matter what. But usually it's like, a handful and it's done within the first day. I've actually seen so many people grinding this and the like the compound bow, both. The compound bow is actually kind of like got niche, interesting kind of like potential. This is just straight up, in my opinion, the worst melee weapon. Again, I'm probably completely wrong statistically, right? I'm probably wrong statistically, but the reach is rubbish. The like hit detection range, like usually there's kind of like kind of range where if you swing, you'll automatically make connect if you're in within that kind of like range, right? that feels like it's very narrow, right? Like, so you have to be very close to target. The reach is kind of, like I said, rubbish. The movement speed's rubbish. The throwing ability of the thing, you're way better off throwing knives. In fact, arguably, getting used to throwing the spear is creating a bad habit that you should just not do. You are so, like, in that last game, the bulk of my kills were probably throwing knife kills because it was just smarter and better to use that in most scenarios. And just this follow-up swing is not, it's reasonably quick, but it's not as forgiving. So if you miss your swing, you're in a lot of trouble, right? It is so bad, dude. It is so bad, this melee weapon. I hate it so much. Like, I just don't like it. Like, even during grinding the weapon, I struggled, mind-bogglingly struggled grinding out the camos for it. Like, usually, like, with melee weapons, the first few games are like, they're rough because SBMM or whatever, like the matchmaking system, right? The matchmaking system. But usually it cools off and then you can kind of have fun with the melee weapon. I don't think there was any point where, I don't think the lobbies were like that much more sweaty or anything. It's just never did I feel comfortable using this weapon. Like, where it was like, oh, this is a good weapon. It's fun to use. No, it was rubbish the whole way through. And the throwing gimmick of it is just, like I said, you are better off using throwing knives in every scenario. That this doesn't, like I said in the beginning, the gimmick of this, the throw of this, is that you could potentially get a collateral. I have yet to get a collateral with this. So it's not like, and I've had people line up. So it looked like, oh, if it had potential of collat, that should have had it, right? I never got it though. Never got it. It's just rubbish. Like, and honestly, like, even on like in small map mosh pit, it's kind of like a skewed perspective, right? It is always going to be a mess using melee weapons, but there's also like chaos fun to have, where it's a lot different in like regular maps. I honestly don't see this having value in regular maps either, like as a melee weapon. Like, I think this would just be like a wasted weapon. Honestly, hated it. Like, genuinely despised every moment of having to grind this weapon out. I think the ways to fix it would be giving it significantly more reach. If you're gonna have that kind of like thing, have like be able to like stretch, like, like sometimes you see like people who are really proficient at like staff and like spear stuff and all, they can just shoot the spear out like forward and then stop it, like, so you have that full length of the staff, right, to get that full range of the reach, right? I did feel like this had like that, it looks visually like you're stretching out the spear, but like when it comes to actual like hit detection and like connecting with the enemies, it really didn't feel like it had that much reach. Again, I'm probably statistically wrong about that. Like, if you go and break down the stats, yeah, it might have more reach than the other melee weapons and all. It's possible, but it doesn't have enough to make it worth it, if it is that. And it often felt short for what a spear would normally have, that the reach that a spear you'd expect to have, right? So rubbish, like alternate like melee. And then the throwing gimmick, I presume it's the velocity and all sorts of other stuff, the aspects of it that just make it hard to hit your targets when you're throwing it. Sometimes it lands, sometimes it doesn't. So it's really kind of like hit or miss when you throw it, like that you might not hit that target. Whereas I'm significantly more confident with the throwing knife than I am with this thing. So yeah, just genuinely hated it. If I had to, like, if I was like a kind of like developer for the spear thing, I would have actually probably treated it more like a staff. You have the kind of long lunge, kind of like stab thing. That might be the ranged thing. Forget the throw altogether. The throwing knives are just the better alternative if you're throwing something, right? So don't do the throw, but maybe have a long lunge, kind of like where you can shoot the like spear out forward and then you can pull it back, right? So you can get a much better reach. And then like at close range, you kind of like use it as a staff and you can like beat people and then kind of like jab them. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. Like right now, this is just, I honestly don't know why the player fascination with this weapon. Like I said, it is one of the few melee weapons I'm seeing a lot of people running in the game, and it genuinely is one of the worst melee weapons in my opinion. Like it genuinely, like you are better off using so many other of the melee weapons. Again, I can't speak for zombies and I can't speak for like Warzone. I'm only talking about multiplayer, and in multiplayer, I struggled to even like get a 0.5 KD with this on the regular. It was that bad. Anyway, honestly, we'll never use this melee weapon. I don't care. Even if they buff it, I wouldn't use it. I've said this plenty of times. The Soul Renderer is the superior melee weapon in all ways. Like, it just is. I think if the throw, like, I get the fact that throwing a spear cannot be as fast as a throwing knife, right? I understand that. But then what is the value of throwing the spear? Because I'm pretty sure the trajectory of the throwing knife is further, faster, and more accurate, and has less drop, like in comparison to what you're getting with this. Again, I could be wrong. I did not do any like statistic things and all. And usually with the melee weapons, it's just a feeling for me. And when someone actually breaks down the melee weapon stats, I'm usually wrong about statistically like this and that about it. But use of the melee weapons, I'm not wrong about. Like, I know what I'm comfortable with and what I can utilize. And even when the sledgehammer statistically was better than the Soul Renderer, I still prefer the Soul Renderer because it functioned better, right? And obviously they nerfed the like thing and all. So I could be wrong statistically about this, and this might be a fantastic melee weapon statistically. But when it came down to gameplay and all, I am so much better with any other melee weapon than I am with this. And that says something, right, about it. Again, like, even if it was like the spear with the two knives on like the side, you know, where that like little edge thing is, and then you could kind of like, I don't even know, man. At the moment, like every aspect of the spear feels like it is holding you back. Movement speed, it felt slow and clunky. The throw took longer and less accurate and less velocity and less everything than a throwing knife. It's just not the superior way of throwing something, right? The jab fell short and unforgiving as far as the range of like hit detection goes. I just didn't like it. I hated it. It looks cool, and it has a cool preview animation. True, Wildstar. It does have a cool preview animation. Looks cool. I still think the Soul Renderer looks cooler, right? I think a lot of weapons look cooler than this nonsense. Yeah, honestly, like both Compound Bow and this is kind of a disappointing way of ending Season 5 as far as content goes. Talking to Wildstar earlier about it, but I actually, like, the rumor is that Black Ops 6 has been kind of poaching certain maps from Modern Warfare 3 to bolster the map count in Black Ops 6 or the content in Black Ops 6. And that's got me worried because that game had a lot of development time. It shouldn't need to poach maps and content from the current game to bolster its game that hasn't yet even released, right? So I think that's why like we haven't seen a new map this season. I mean, with the Reloaded update, I also think that might be why we're seeing more like gimmicky weapons as the stuff as opposed to like conventional stuff, because they don't want to like put new weapons here that definitely won't be transferring over and all that. Yeah, it definitely has me a little worried. Like, why does Black Ops 6 need that, considering the development time and all that? And hopefully, Season 6 has better weapons than this garbage, because this was painfully, like, it was painful. It was so painful. This is Sledgehammer, not Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward doesn't have much to do with Modern Warfare 3. They were Modern Warfare 2. Like, I mean, there's always like weapons that they add that are just awful. And, you know, the people who like to do the mastery grinds do it. What surprises me about this weapon is I'm seeing a lot of people grinding this weapon, and I'm like, dude, this is not a good weapon. Why are you grinding this? Why are people going for it so hard? This is really bad, dude, in comparison. Go for the soul renderer. Go for anything other than this rubbish. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, whatever. It is what it is, I guess. But yeah, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm thinking of doing a weapon, like a proper gun stream, Master Masteries, another one, because this was miserable grinding this, and I sort of want to keep playing, but not this nonsense. So maybe a third stream before we end the day. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my old streams if you haven't already, and I will catch you later. Bye. Yeah, I hate the spear. It was so miserable grinding it out, and miserable trying to even get gameplay for it in this one. But I guess we sort of survived. Not really, but sort of.